Wow. Right, here we're going. Okay, I'm making another one, of course. Just to get some more truths out here. So, I want to correct something that I said in the first video, yeah? So when I said there was a petition put in of over 1,000 people, it was over 3,000 people. Over 3,000 people here rejected for anything to be put on that field. Now, we'll have a lad in the group, Dylan, he's got a disability, and the only place he could play with his friends and be so feel safe and stuff was on the skateboard park. So he's helping me fight this. He actually went down to Newcastle when we put the petition in the council chambers. He put the petition in forward, and you know what? There was a councillor there, Jed Bell, another one I didn't like. Phew. Anyway, he stood up in the chambers, got a load of in the sort of gallery part, quite a few of the residents and that, ladies and stuff. And then he calls out and says to all the chambers in front of him, we're up the top, that we're political. This is what he put out there. Absolute, just a lie. It's a lie. Disgraceful. We shouted save the field, we got hired out there. But anyway, right. So, over 3,000 signed a petition. When they put it into consultation, we managed to get out over 5,000 leaflets to obviously reject it and stuff, and they're still going ahead there. Wow. Now the money borrowed, when I mentioned money borrowed for the traffic lights and the stump road that goes in there, to be picked up, of course, by the development when no plans had been submitted there. Right, that was £240,000. £240,000 they paid, they borrowed. What to put that in, obviously thinking they're just going ahead with it there. And then they've been telling me over the summer they had no budget to cut that grass in the field when it was under COVID lockdown, which everybody needed access to some green area. You know what they've done? That circle, a circle cut, a thin circle around the outside and a little strip through the middle. They had walking around like some kind of zombies from one flew over the cuckoo's nest or something. Unbelievable, man. My wife put in all of it about the problems, the health problems and all the rest. Two, so a few of them, and also a guy, Professor Eugene. I think he's a health guy, the counsellor. Not impressed with some of his answers, I can tell you. Not at all. My wife's got him tied up a bit, I'm telling you. So, going to the next part. Right, given what I'm saying is excuses to pull the skateboard park down. Of course, we're making some phone calls and stuff, and while I was talking to a principal housing officer, this was our words. And this is logged, it's recorded, they've got the recording themselves. And this was our words when I was talking about the skateboard park. So they've said, oh, it's damaged this part, and then a lot of other excuses after it. We'll dismiss that, like, we can talk this out and we'll dismiss it, us. Sure. The housing officer said to us, well, we thought we're bringing the development forward, we'll just take a skateboard park down there. Really? Really? What do you make of that, eh? Right. I'm back to the MP again, Catherine McKinnell. Like I say, I'm not that impressed, like. I naively thought, a member of Parliament, when you bring stuff to them and show them that, hey, this isn't quite working right, this isn't what the people want, they're not representing the residents, and sure as some of the paperwork, and my wife, by the way, has blind copied Catherine McKinnell in not on all occasions, but on quite a few, so some of this paperwork's gone through her hands, yeah, and she's seen it. And I thought, you know, there might be a bit more, I don't know. There's no compassion or feelings in this kind of game, it looks like to me. Now, she's never said she'd back, well, whether she's going to say that this is desperately needed. Not really getting interested in it for me, like, so I'm not that impressed with her. So what I think we should do is try and get at the, we'll put an email in and there needs to be an independent investigation. Or we'll ask her to bring this up down in London in the House of Commons. We'll give her a few points to bring up and we'll see if we can get forward with it, eh? Right. So, Catherine McKinnell. The council said they'd give her a meaningful discussions before anything was submitted. As you know, they've just ignored that, they've strung along, yeah. So what happened was, we managed to book a meeting with Catherine McKinnell on the computer. Now there was myself, Angela, Catherine, a lady out of the group, and Catherine McKinnell, eh? So the time was arranged. She comes on the screen, and our words were, when she seen me and my wife, I've met you before, haven't I? We're going, yeah, you have. And her face changed a little bit, I've got to say. So, when I started to bring a couple of things up about dogs coming in, the police, for instance, a phone call on a Sunday night, 10 to 8 on a Sunday night, from a sergeant. Now he's going to phone us now, kind of implying over the phone that one of the logs, the second log, with his kids, hadn't taken. And I knew it had, because I had confirmation of another policeman. And he, by the way, changed it within an hour of hiding an email through, put another one through, the opposite of what he just said, eh? Wow, man, honest. And then the police went to some kind of strange gig. Not good. Like, we didn't have enough pressure. That went worse. So I'm not impressed with them. I'm going to come back to them in a minute. So we get Catherine on the computer. Just started mentioning about the police. And then her face went on lockdown on the screen, so it had her face on. Not moving or anything, but we could still hear her talking. And that she didn't come back on there till it was finished. So we're thinking, well, we'll get a half an hour here. Nah. You know what? She's gone within about 8 minutes or something. She's going, I've got to go to my next client. Guys, we're nowhere near finished yet, man. We've got some important, serious issues to bring up here. No, I've got to go to my next client now, but we'll have back a few minutes by just butting in, I suppose. And then my wife started to mention some of the policy documents she's questioning. So what happened was, right, the documents, so what happened was, she just started mentioning about some of the documents where we're getting in. She's going, I've got to go. And she just went off the screen, yeah. We're sitting there, what's going on here, is this right? So, my wife's put the paperwork, quite a bit of paperwork. She spent 3 or 4 hours the next day putting paperwork to her, just so she can see it, Nobody's getting new to this till to see what's going on here. And, well, not good, She just passed that on to them. We're still waiting for some questions coming back. She doesn't query it or anything, it's just passed on and back, so not impressed. Right, the police. So, I'm not going to go too much into what happened with the police. I've got all my recordings under the Freedom of Information and Subject Access, and I've got my emails. And I'm telling you, they don't look good. Now there will be some good policemen somewhere out there, man. I'm sure there is. But look, I don't trust them. And I certainly don't trust them, the ones around here. There's about 5 of them in particular. Community support officers and such like. Community support officers, that's a joke in itself, like. I'm going to show it to them. So what we're going to do is, look, no police are coming down to any of us, like. Never talk of a policeman again in my life. The only one me and my wife would talk to is going to be Kim McGuinness, the Chief Commissioner, and we're going to make sure we get a meeting with her and I'm going to go through my paperwork, and I'm going to see if Kim McGuinness is a real person, a real caring person, yeah, and she should be bothered about what's going on under her watch, yeah. So we'll see. I'll be coming back to you with some of that, and then so I'll go and meet in the public, and we'll just make your own minds up, see if I'm making this up. I'm coming on you, man. This isn't what I do. It's the last place I want to be. I'm nervous as out, you know. Make myself look a cracker sometimes, eh. But look at needs must, eh? Needs must. So this is why I'm doing it. Right. The police, eh? Right. Right. So, when the police went strange in this, I'm going to say it from my point of view, and I'll show this with some of the paperwork, and my wife will give you her opinion. I'm going to say the police never give my wife and kids protection against what was going to happen, or what I went on there. There was no follow-ups out, you know. So we need to question why that would be, eh? I've got ideas myself why, but I'm not going to put them up now. So what happened was, some local residents about, hold on, about 5 of them in the group said, look, we'll give you some help. So what invariably happened was, I had a guy and his wife were coming past at 5:30 on a night when we expected these to come back, eh? And they would come past just to give us some kind of security and some help. If they come here, he was going to give us a hand, you know. And when this was highlighted, some of it, just a portion of it, to Catherine McKinnon, she come back with an email, and I'd mentioned a bit about the police, you see. And you know what her words were? I suggest you phone the police there. Really? Really? Nah, it's not happening. Not happening. So I'm just going to leave that part for now. Now I'm going to come back on with some more sometime. And eventually I'll start reading the emails out, which are pretty important. And my wife's emails are great, like I've said. So I'll start reading them out. And you can see it for yourself. Take care. Bye.